What about Hendon Hooker to the Lions? What are your thoughts on that
I
pick?
actually love that one. I could be on an island, but to me, if you want to talk about comps and everything, I think that Jared Goff is the perfect comp for Hooker. And while yeah, he's not the greatest quarterback of all time, I think he's a really good person to sit and learn from.
Yeah.
Not to mention, you go in, the Lions is a great team. In fact, I have the Lions winning the NFC North.
Mhm.
Uh I think that if Hooker has to come in, well, I think he's not ready at all, obviously, but Jared Goff is to me the perfect comp for Hayden Hooker, especially with the injuries and everything that he sustained. I think it's a perfect landing spot for him. If you ask me, I wouldn't Jared under Campbell and Jared Goff. I think it's perfect if in my opinion.
There you go. Yeah, I was a fan. Definitely was a fan of this as well. I'm pretty sure I just got news that Joel Embiid, yes, won the MVP. I know the
Oh,
NBA world
okay.
is going to go crazy about that. But yes, I do like Hendon Hooker to the Lions. I think he lands in a very good roster. Goff could be a good mentor for Hendon Hooker. Now, I know he's not going to be, like you said, the greatest quarterback out there. Of course, he, didn't have the greatest Super Bowl performance. But in the light of the Matt Stafford trade and a lot of people just crapping all over him and, thinking what he was going to be, he has play decent. Again, you look at there's Jameer Gibbs, there's David Montgomery there. Not saying Hendon Hooker is going to come in and, of course, start. He's coming off the injury. But then you've got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You've got Jamison Williams, who did unfortunately just get suspended here in the
Mm.
NFL. You got Marvin Jones Jr. as well. So there are going to be some offensive players that Hendon Hooker will be able to work with. I think he's got a lot of upside, and we know that Detroit isn't sticking with Jared Goff long term or even maybe for too much longer. It might be another 2, maybe 3 seasons out of Jared Goff, but I don't know if you take Hendon Hooker, considering what you saw out of him in the draft or really in college, and let him sit that long. And you got to hope that Detroit cleans up the defense as well, or Hendon Hooker will really be having to do a lot again. So I didn't like their draft in the first round. I think they needed to go double defense, if not double defensive line, copy the Eagles literally like they did. When you can't stop the run, when you can't stop the pass, or people from scoring, that's going to put any quarterback under pressure, let alone a young guy coming out of a college style offense that, is kind of cookie cutter compared, or is cookie cutter rather, compared to the NFL.